Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Alex here again, and this time we're going to be doing something a bit similar to what I did of what happens when I go random 100 times, a video where I will be voicing over. So the challenge that was given to me this time, somebody wanted me to play with every single kit in the game in a single day, so I decided to go ahead and do that, I guess. And yeah, I don't know how good this is going to turn out, but I usually don't ask for likes or subscriptions, but please do both, please, because this is probably going to take me a very long time to voice over, and I did try my best, okay? And this was a lot of blitz on me, so yeah. And as you can see in the top left, I have actually smashed 50,000 kills, so or 50,000 solo kills, so chances are that video will be coming next. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this long video. I know I've been uploading long videos, but you know, I need to give you guys something to do for this long quarantine thing. So yeah, enjoy, guys. Okay. Alright, so starting off with the top of the roster, I went Horse Tamer, and this was actually a pretty good starter game, not gonna lie. I got a pretty decent combo on this stacked guy. It was a Creeper Tamer 10, giving me half diamond, sauced up a couple noobs, got this nicked Phoenix, man, he really tried. And then after getting the Blitz Star, I got a swift 7-kill game, and even got Hypixel. Honestly, that's a pretty good start. Alright, so next up, I went Ranger. Now, unfortunately, nothing too interesting happened this game. However, I did get that fantastic feel-good Ranger bow off a cliff kill. I didn't do very good at deathmatch. I actually got double-teamed, so I actually lost that. But, yeah, Ranger is always a fun kit to play. Unfortunately, the one game that I actually had this time was not very good. Alright, so the third kit up is Archer, and I actually got a pretty decent game. Killed off a couple people, got actually a pretty decently high kill game. Unfortunately, I was too focused on fighting this one guy that I actually got backstabbed, and I was insanely stacked that game. It was such a good game that was thrown out the window. I was kind of sad, but you know what? Maybe he needed the win that day, since I already had mine, but yeah. It was pretty sad. Alright, so the fourth kit up was Astronaut. Now, I actually got a couple good combos on a couple people. Unfortunately, now it was actually Blitz Hour, and I found this really good player that was significantly better than me, and I ended up getting completely flawless by a B-Hopper. Wow. Fun game, right? Picking up again on the same map, I went Troll 10 this time, and it is during Blitz Hour, so I had a much better chance of winning the game, which I actually did. I pulled off a couple early kills, got a good combo, it even got that satisfying set on fire clip, killing a stacked player, and then cleaning up another stacked player, which gave me the win. You never seem to lose with Troll. For some reason, this kit actually is not that bad. I really enjoy it. Moving on to Meat Master, I got a pretty quick game in with Meat Master. This game was pretty good. I got a couple early kills. Unfortunately, I ended up dying to a cheater that game because, as I mentioned, it was Blitz Hour. So, yeah, the game ended pretty well. Next kit up on the roster was Reaper. I was super excited to finally use this kit because it is such a great kit to use during Blitz Hour. You can get so many kills with this kit. Alright, I pulled off a bunch of early kills, even got that super satisfying withering to death clip that you oh so enjoy, because watching somebody die to a pod is amazing, and then even had a very intense final fight with a very high level player, and I ended up pulling out on top. And I'd have to say, really good fight to him. Next kit up was Red Dragon. Now this game went by pretty quick. I ended up getting targeted by the same guy from last game. Unfortunately, buddy, I had way more gear than you. Probably shouldn't have done that, but I ended up going for a bunch of easy kills before getting cleaned because there was just a huge mosh pit of players with level 10s. Unfortunately, I didn't have a level 10, so yeah, I ended up losing that game. But you know what? It wasn't the best game anyway. It was on a winter map. Alright, finishing off the first row with Toxicologist, I pulled off a pretty decent game, killing off a bunch of stacked people. Unfortunately, I had to come to a loss due to the fact that the poison pots were just not enough to take down this super stacked Meatmaster 10. I did get him pretty low, but I'm pretty sure I gave him the win due to the fact that I didn't even drink the regen. Starting off with the second row of kits, I went Donkey Tamer. Now, this game was pretty interesting. I got myself pretty low several times, and I even found myself in a weird situation where I was in the water fighting a diver, but the diver was unable to kill me, and he eventually gave up, and I used that to my advantage, got on my donkey, drank speed, and decided to combo him. In fact, this was a swift 7-kill game again. Donkey Tamer, such a broken kid. Alright, next kid up on the roster was Rogue, and I was super lucky to get Calum as the map, as I had to go whatever map, whatever kit that I was going, and this game went by fast. There was only 3 people left by the time I got my kit, and I even had a very, very strange battle with this Reaper here who didn't take much KB, but I eventually KB'd him off and then killed the last random and won Calum in what felt like it was probably like a 30-second match. Like, I'm not even kidding. Alright, so next game up, I went Warlock, and I got my kill stolen at the very beginning, and it made me pretty sad. Luckily, I was able to actually flawless that guy. But, yeah, I pulled off several kills at the very beginning. Unfortunately, I did find myself in a very, very bad situation where there was like 6 people in middle, and I ended up just getting completely demolished by this nicked player. So, yeah. Following Warlock, I went Slimy Slime, and this game was not good at all. I found a very, very thirsty Steve who followed me the entire game. Luckily, I was able to escape from him before eventually getting killed by him, and he even had the balls to shift on me. What a legendary player, man. Next kid up I had to go was Jockey. Now this game was very, very long, and I probably made it longer than it needed to be because I only got 1 kill, and there was just so many stacked people that game that I was unable to win. Luckily, though, I did have a really good fight with this stacked player, got them pretty low. But I was not able to pull off the win due to the fact that I had absolutely no utility and the mobs weren't even that good in the first place. Next kid up on the roster was Gollum, and this game went pretty smooth, honestly. Killed up several noobs, and then I was fighting this stack dude. I'm assuming he was a Meat Master 10 since it was still Blitz Hour, and the Gollum pot actually was able to save me during that fight, get me all of that loot, and the deathmatch was a 3-person DM, so after having several intense fights with a very, very good player, I ended up cleaning and coming out on top. Honestly, it was a pretty smooth game, not gonna lie. Next kid up on the list was Viking, and this game also went pretty smooth, and I don't even know if I deserved the win on this one. I got a couple early kills, and there was a half diamond and I believe it was another half. I believe there was 2 half diamond people in this game. Unfortunately, though, I was not the one that was getting targeted, so I decided to go for a stroll in the lake. You know, didn't bother anybody. And during the deathmatch, it was me and the 2 stacked people. They decided to actually fight each other. And you guys know me, I am a fat janitor, so I took that win for myself. Next game up was Speleologist. Now this game was pretty average, pulled off a bunch of early game kills, killed off a bunch of noobs. I thought I was pretty decently stacked, not gonna lie. And then I got to the deathmatch and realized that my chances of winning the game went completely down the drain when there was a almost full diamond in that game, and so I, essentially lost that game. Alright, so next kid up was Shadow Knight 10. Now, I did get a very, very good first kill where a nicked Astronaut 10 was blinded by my pot, and therefore I was able to kill him. Killed off a couple noobs. Unfortunately, there was an absolute just stacked person. I was not able to kill him because I actually did end up getting double teamed for some reason, and not exactly sure why, but I just took the loss and moved on. Starting off the third row with Baker, I got some pretty decent kills, actually. It was a lot of noobs. Unfortunately, I did come to a loss when I was fighting a stacked Horse Tamer 10. If I did not bow there, I probably would have killed him, but I thought if I could hit the bow shot, since I didn't have a rod, I could kill him. I missed, and therefore I died. It was still a really good fight, though. Next kid up on the roster was Knight. And you guys could probably guess how this game went. Pulled off a couple early kills, but due to the fact that I had absolutely zero utility, I ended up just getting demolished by an Armorer 9. Or was it Armorer 10? I cannot remember. I am sorry. However, redeeming myself, I finally got to go Pigman Prestige 2. I cracked my knuckles, and I knew that this was going to be an easy win, because Pigman, as we all know, best kit in the game, cleaned up a bunch of stacked people, essentially giving myself the win, killed off a bunch of noobs, comboed a pretty stacked dude, not gonna lie, and then finally decided to mess with the last guy in the deathmatch by letting the wolves kill them. Next kit that was up on the roster was Guardian. Now, this game did not go as planned. I ended up getting very low in the very early game, but luckily I was able to get my kill. Now, somebody started chasing me, and I thought that they would eventually pull off. I was wrong. When I said they chased me, I mean they chased me the entire time. So, I was unable to actually drink my healing, drink my health boost, and I had to consistently rod the guy back. Unfortunately, he did end up catching up to me, killing me, and even had the nuts to even pull out a shift on me. Congratulations. Good for you. Just because you have a bad game doesn't mean you can't stop playing. Next kid up, Phoenix. I got a pretty high kill game on Phoenix, got a pretty good combo. Unfortunately, I was fighting this guy at middle who I got pretty low, and then completely just dominated me, and I was so sad when I lost because it was such a good game. But hey, what can you do? Next kid up on the roster was Paladin. Now, the server was kind of laggy at this time, so I do not blame this Reaper 10 for not being able to kill me. It was kind of a very strange fight, not gonna lie, but killing him essentially almost gave me the win. I killed a couple more noobs. Unfortunately, I was looking for the last guy, and then just got completely pounced on by a hiding Horse 10 who just pounced on me from the mountain. It was a pretty good game, but unfortunately, his gear overpowered mine. Next kid up on the roster was Necromancer. Now, this game was pretty average. Started off with a generic cleanup, and then got another generic cleanup, and then got a third generic cleanup. So I was pretty good in the kill department. Unfortunately, the game came to a sudden end when I ended up getting assassinated. I thought my mobs could help me, but they were not able to, so I tried speed comboing them. That did not work either because they were just so stacked. Next up was the Scout Kit. Now this game was absolutely insane. I plowed through people with Scout. Scout is honestly such a fun kit. I never actually realized this, but I got insanely stacked this game. I believe I got like 3/4 or something, and you know, I'm surprised I didn't get Blitz Star that game because I was just ridiculously stacked. But yeah, I got a pretty nasty combo on this half diamond and killed off a bunch of noobs, and then had a very, very insane final fight with this stacked guy who ended up almost killing me, by the way, because he had a diamond sword. He said good fight, so good fight to you. Finishing off the next row of kits, I went Hunter 10 now. I started off finding myself in a very bad situation, but luckily with my beautiful rotting skills, I was able to escape. Unfortunately though, when we ended up fighting again near the very end, I had only about 2 kills, but I splash speed, was able to kill him. Unfortunately, I was low, and the guy that I had to fight also had speed. And he was on a horse as well, so he ended up killing me. So it was a pretty low kill game. Starting off the next row on the roster, Warrior. Now I was really excited to use Warrior because I usually win with Warrior sometimes, but I got a pretty nasty clip on this stacked Archer 10, and then with Warrior Pots, a Sharpstone Sword, Power 2, I'm pretty sure I had the win in the bag, which I actually almost didn't. This one guy ended up destroying me, but luckily though, Warrior is such a very unfair kit, and I was able to get half diamond, and they even pulled out a Chad move, used roulette, and I usually when people roulette me, it is usually me, which it was a miracle when it wasn't me. So that eliminated one person from the game. The last 2 people fought, and after getting a sick cleanup, I won the game. Next game, I had to go Hype Train, which felt kind of odd because I usually never go Hype Train on this map due to my lack of XP bottle luck. I ended up getting a couple kills, a sick loot swipe from this stacked Pig 10. Unfortunately though, I got backstabbed by a donkey tamer with a diamond sword. You know, you really gotta love it when donkey tamers get really wacky loot. Next game, I had to go Fisherman 6. Now, this is the map I usually go Hype Train on, so I almost actually did click Hype Train 10. But this game, I popped off, alright? I got pretty early kills. I even got multiple saucy combos on this poor horse 10 man. I'm sure he was either having a rough day or maybe he was just mad and wasn't playing very smart, but I was able to combo him multiple times. I ended up killing him. Unfortunately though, there was another stacked guy, and due to the fact that he just did not want to take damage, he did end up killing me because we were trading hits. Probably should not have done that. After that very unfortunate loss with Fisherman, I had to move on with Florist 10. Now, this game, nothing too spectacular happened. This game was pretty average, got a bunch of early kills, got a pretty decently high kill game, and after getting killed by a Steve, I was unable to find the Blitz Star and actually got swag moved, so I had to turn and run, but unfortunately, I knew that I was going to die anyway just because they were so stacked, so I turned and fought and ended up just getting demolished by them. Next kit up on the roster was Diver, and unfortunately, the map that was chosen was Winter. So I decided to try and turn around and use that one water cave as a good chest route. Nobody went over there, so I only got 1 kill that entire game. That's it. Next kid up on the list was Ericnologist. Now, this game went by pretty smoothly. I popped off getting a weapon on Despair V2, and being the usual kill-hungry person I am, I jumped down into the hole and got myself a bunch of early kills. In fact, my weapon actually broke, but that did not stop me from fisting 3 people into the lava. Finally, after having a very, very close fight with a super stacked player, I got him down to 1 HP. Unfortunately, his gear was way better than mine. The spiders did help a lot, and actually, Eric's a pretty good kid. So, yeah, that's my opinion on it actually now, is that it's actually a really good kid. Next kid up on the roster was Blaze. So, this game went by pretty quick. Popped off a bunch of early kills, got 1 kill when I actually had my kit, but unfortunately died to a super stacked person. Nothing too interesting. Next kit up on the roster was Wolf Tamer. All the mob kits in a row. Now, this game was wild, alright? I popped off getting a bunch of early kills, killing a bunch of noobs, killing a semi-stacked person, he seemed to know what he was doing, and then finished off strong by just harassing this Warrior 10 with all of my wolves and this pigman that I managed to kill. So, honestly, Wolf Tamer is pretty good at level 6. I might consider upgrading this, and then decided to harass the last random noob that somehow made a deathmatch and let the wolves kill him. Finishing off the 4th row on the roster, I was going Tim. Now, this game was pretty good until I got the Blitz Star. This is where I actually choked and dropped the Blitz Star and picked it up again. It was in the wrong slot. I used Assassin, and the Assassin thing, string thing, actually fell out of my inventory, and I don't know why I did that, so I was actually forced to fight another stack dude and ended up losing the game. Starting off with the final row of the roster was Snowman, and this game was pretty easy. It was a game full of noobs. I had one semi-decent fight. He actually did almost kill me, but since I was the only player that knew what they were doing, I decided to nuke the middle, trying to find the deathmatch. I don't think the deathmatch actually spawns under the spawn, or the deathmatch is built under spawn, so I was not able to find it, which was very unlucky. So then I just decided to wait until deathmatch and pull off a sick 6-kill game. Next kid on the list was Rambo. Now, this game went exactly as I planned it to. Popped off a couple early kills, and then found myself in a super weird situation where a guy that I did not have, or a guy that I thought did not have a weapon, had a weapon. He was chasing me, and so I decided to do a quick turnaround, and he even had the nuts to shift on a Rambo. What an absolute Chad. Next kid on the list, I had to go Farmer. Now, this game was amazing. I popped off with the spawn killing. I got about 6 kills from spawn kills, and actually did not have a chest plate about half the time. Luckily, there was a random noob that gave me a chest plate, but unfortunately, a super stacked person with an entire zoo put my reign of killing to an end. Coming up to the end of near the end of the roster, we have Armorer. So this Armorer game was pretty intense. I got some pretty early game kills. It was actually Blitz hours, so people were very stacked. I had to play the game very carefully. I actually got some pretty decent clips, pretty stacked. Unfortunately, the guy that got the Blitz star actually used Ninja on me, which I'm not too sure why he used Ninja. I was actually pretty low at the moment. If he had just fought me and then used Assassin, he probably could have won. But he used Ninja and then decided to shift on me. What an absolute legend. Finishing off the roster is Creeper Tamer. This game was pretty good. I managed to plow through a couple easy kills, got decently stacked from all the random level 10s, and honestly, the creepers are pretty good against people without blast protection. I was able to kill somebody using TNT, and then had a very, very good final fight in the deathmatch. Alright, so there we have it. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this style, and yeah, I don't really have much to say, but I'm probably going to be doing the 50k solo video recording tomorrow, so do be looking forward to that. I'm trying to pump out these daily uploads, guys. I really am trying, but yeah, hopefully you guys do like it. Please like and subscribe. As I said, I know that this was a long video. Next video is probably going to be kind of short, but yeah, thank you guys for watching, and if you guys made it this far, let me know what your favorite clip was, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!